A fiery election season.
And I'm afraid the election's going to be rigged, I have to be honest.
With distrust of government all around.
This is what democracy looks like.
Actually, this is what democracy looks like.
It's scanned.
And it's Margaret Jurgensen's job to make sure every ballot counts.
The person who says that the system is rigged probably hasn't spent any time with an election administrator.
Jurgensen says administrators do a lot to prevent rigging. Observers from both political parties can watch any polling station. Voting machines that keep electronic and paper records are increasingly popular. Officials can compare the records if they suspect foul play. Not all counties have them, though. Also, officials will audit precincts at random before they certify the election.
We compare the number of people that checked in versus the number of ballots that were issued. Then we look at the number of votes that were recorded for the various candidates and compare that to the paper ballots.
You can ask for address and date of birth.
Voters have to identify themselves before they get ballots. Republicans have pushed for stricter ID requirements, but several state laws have been struck down this year as unfair to minority, low-income, and elderly voters who often vote for Democrats.
The name of the individual, their address.
Keeping track of who's registered to vote is a year-round job.
We're processing 30,000 documents every month. So it's not as though we only work 2 days a year.
Elections expert John Fortier says these voter rolls are a point of contention. Republicans want more security. Democrats worry about excluding voters.
Republicans would say, there's a lot of messiness. There's sometimes you would move from one place to the other. You might have your name on twice. Your address is wrong. Maybe people who have died do not get taken off as quickly as they might. The rolls are messy and therefore allow for some worries that people will take advantage of that.
But courts have overturned some partisan attempts to purge minority voters from the rolls. Fortier says voting laws and voting equipment vary across the country. That can raise pockets of concern about security, but they're mostly isolated.
Fundamentally, we have a pretty fair system, and it works quite well, and it predicts the outcome is what the voters intended it to be. But certainly around the edges and in specific places and specific areas, there's a lot that can be done.
But calling it rigged? He says that's going too far. Steve Baragona, VOA News, Washington.